Scorpios. Welcome to your April reading. I'm Marianne, and this is Marianne's Mystic Mentions. First and foremost, thank you so very much for tuning in. If you are new, I'm excited to have you part of my channel. Now, what I'm going to say to you first and foremost is this is the April reading. So happy April. I am delighted that it's April. I have a couple things to tell you. One of the main things I want to tell you is I'm changing things up, and this is going to be happening. You know, when you have a channel and you're small and you're wanting to do what you can to keep growing and to help others and to take on, you know, information that you're getting about what could work, what might not work is, well, first of all, I'm behind, and I've had a huge amount of technical problems with my phone, and that's how I do my uploads. So it's all working out. We are still in the retrogrades of Mercury and Venus. And the good news is it's not going to be for much longer. So for all of us, and including you, Scorpios, we can look forward to the fact that, that on April 7th, Mercury goes direct. And then on April 12th, Venus goes direct. Now, it caused a lot of delays, a lot of waiting and postponements and things of that nature. And it had a lot to do with relationships. And it could be so varied that I wouldn't even be able to begin on the amount of different ways. But it's not just love, it's business, it's friendships, it's working things through. You know, Venus is the benevolent planet of love, of imagination, of joy, of money, of pleasure, of beauty, of passion, you know, and it's when it's retrograde, it has all of that. It's just lessened in its energy, right? And as a Libra myself, which Venus rules, yeah, I felt it a lot. If you have Venus placements such as Libra or Taurus, because both of those signs are ruled by a Venus, you probably felt it more than just being a Scorpio, right? And I encourage you to look that up. It's so easy and so free. And then I ask that you watch not just your sun reading, but your moon, your rising ascendant, that's the time you're born, definitely Venus and definitely Mercury, okay? But I have a long collective reading I like to do on Mondays, and I'm going to stick with most of the astrological planetary explanations on that day. Love to have you come by and watch that. Support me on that channel as it's growing. And it gives you a lot of detail. And, you know, you can kind of kick back. I like to have it out on Monday. Sometimes it comes out on Sunday, but it's for the week. If you haven't seen it, you might want to check that out. I would love it. Now, today I'm going to get right to the heart of matter, okay? We're going to just get this going. I am behind, but a lot of people are giving a good reaction to a shorter reading because I can talk a blue streak. And so I'm going to do that for you. What I do is I always like to start with the chakra check. The gloves for today, in talking to you, immediately came up as pot pink. Now, it's usually red. You are Mars ruled, right? And boy, we had Mars in retrograde for so long, and now it's been in Cancer. It's not bad for you being in Cancer. Cancer is a water sign like yourself, but it is not its best position. Mars doesn't really care for it being in that particular sign. Well, that changes mid-month as well. So there's going to be even more energy with everything going direct, all the planets going direct, Mars going direct, and Leo of all things, the fiery Mars, not Mars, they're sun ruled, but you get the idea. They're a fire sign. Mars is definitely the fiery warrior part of you, even as a water sign. So yeah, we've got beautiful, bear with me 1 second, beautiful positive forward motion happening. I can feel it in my toes as I say it. And so the energy is what I wear the gloves for. It's to represent energy, which is in color. It's in everything we see, feel, touch. It's definitely within our bodies. And that is what the chakras are. They're these energy centers that are placed in all the different areas along our spine, from the base chakra, which is the root chakra, all the way upward. And whereas it's not red, it's still passion, it's still pink. Pink, though, also, in my opinion, correlates with the colors of the chakra, which is the heart and the Venus aspect, okay? It's been very prevalent. And I will talk of the two moons, I should say. The first being the full moon that's happening on the 12th, the very day that Venus goes direct in Libra. the planet and sign that has to do with relationships. So something spectacular could be culminating. You could be making that commitment you never thought you would. If you're in a commitment and you haven't been happy, you're releasing that. It's important, to continue with our lives in the way that we know we're meant to do. And sometimes it's hard because you're deeply devoted and loyal, Scorpio. But it's not something that would be new, although eclipses, we just finished the eclipse season. We're still feeling the energies of that and will for months to come. Aries had its last one, right? That's the fiery Mars energy that really connects to you. And then the Virgo, oh my gosh, the South Node Virgo, releasing, letting go. So it could be stuff around your house. It could be decluttering. It doesn't have to be people. But I think with this huge amount of energy with Venus, it could very well be that. I'm taking these beautiful 8 chakra cards and I'm putting them behind my back. You saw the blue was the last one I did the reading for. And we're going to see what Spirit wants you to know about specifically in the month of April for the specific chakra that's important for you. Now, when I say that, I only mean that maybe it's doing great. You feel great. You feel everything's working. You're feeling the momentum coming back like everybody. But the information on it would be helpful regardless. And if it's not feeling 100% and you're feeling a little blocked or stifled in that area, this is a great saying on the card that helps you to alleviate that and remove that. And as a water sign, you're very deep, very mysterious, but very, very capable as far as intuition and psychic abilities and the ability to transform things. Like you are one of the most transformative signs, right? For you, you have the lighter color. Now, I wanted to stress to you, I was going to put on the lighter pink. Most of the readings, with the exception of a couple that have been the solar plexus, which is the brightest yellow possible, that's our confidence, our strength. It comes from the sun, literally and figuratively, and affects our energy centers, right? To bring us the fullest, most, energetic, whole feeling that we can be as humans, right? All of I say, as far as chakras go, the lighter colors are generally from the throat up. And the throat isn't necessarily a light blue. It's a blue, but they have been that. And it's the third eye, the crown chakra, and then the 8th, which is all encompassing. We're all in this together consciousness. So it's very much about our intuition. And with Pisces, your fellow water sign at the helm for the next 18 months in these series of Pisces, Virgo eclipses, they change signs every 18 months. And this is huge for you. And I think it's so beautiful and so complementary to the depth that you have. And you have such depth, Scorpio. So let me read to you what it says specifically. I love that this came out. It is the 7th chakra. It is the crown chakra. It's the crown that when you open it up, you allow the messages and the downloads, like when I'm doing a reading, and I ask for that. I pray for that. I meditate on that. And the 7th is a godly number anyway. So allowing that to happen, it says, my divine internal knowing is seamless with the creative force, love, and the intelligence of the universe. I am the essence of love personified. And you are. We all are. So isn't that fantastic? So that's something to think about. You can take a snapshot. I don't know if it's, looks like I'm shaking. It's because I'm a little nervous. I do have to go back to work and I wanted to get these out. Like I said, we're going to do the best we can, right? And they have been very beautiful readings. But in addition to the message there, I'm going to correlate it with the proper crystal. And for the third eye, no, that's the third eye. For the crown, I know what it is. It's the beautiful, beautiful clear quartz, which kind of explains itself. It's like this beautiful crystal ball. You can look in and it just kind of really gives you this strong emphasis on focus and sharp thinking and clarity and, intuition, knowing exactly what to do at the right time in the right place and so forth. It says, wisdom, awareness, and focus. Clear quartz. I focus with clarity on my spiritual purpose. Okay? Now, I feel like there's going to be a lot more people of all the signs, but in particular you, that might just be pleasantly surprised at how you're changing your ideas about spirituality. And I don't know in what way per se, but Pisces, once again, being the most spiritual, the most psychic, I guess, close to you, no doubt, but definitely a little bit of every sign as the 12th sign, and in the helm, as you will. It's really, really going to come to the forefront. I think, just this knowing is going to be so strong in the next 18 months for you. So I'm going to take out this crystal quartz, put it in this necklace that I wear to infuse the reading and bring myself even more focus and clarity, okay? And speaking of the reading, because it's shorter, it's going to be a 6-card reading. It's going to be the past, present, and future with clarification cards. And then I'm going to finish with an oracle message as well. This is the quartz that I have in this beautiful set that has every single crystal correlating with the, it's probably better back here. I love it. Every crystal that correlates with the chakras that I mentioned, okay? And once again, you pick the 7th. So I will shuffle the cards a couple more times, but I've already actually done that, but Spirit just asked me to do that. I am an intuitive that does get the downloads, and when I get a message specifically, I will always let you know. I'm here to be authentic and as straightforward as I can be with you. I ask for clear and concise messages for the highest good of everybody involved. And let's get on with your reading. So yes, the full moon will happen on the 12th in Libra, and then the new moon will happen on the 27th, which will be in the sign of Taurus, and we will have been just introduced to Taurus season at that time, and that's extremely good for you as well. So actually everything is probably better for you, Scorpio, energetically speaking, than it has been for a lot of signs. Water and earth are very, very compatible elements, and so that's what's going on, and you can plant your seeds and write those intentions on that new moon for sure. And let me know if you would. I am very interested in communicating and connecting with everybody that watches my channel. So I'll lay out the cards for you. I am using this beautiful deck called the Small Spells Tarot deck. And I love it. It's simple, but it's very, very beautifully illustrated. I like the colors and I like the illustrations. So starting off right off the bat is the most recent energy that led you into this reading, Scorpios. And it is the Page of Swords. First time I've gotten this in all the readings. Page of Swords is the air element, and we just spoke about that. We've had, Venus retrograde, and it does affect certainly Libra, which is an air sign. But because it affects Libra, all the other air signs are naturally affected. So once again, you may have air in your chart. It's very easy to look up. This is about knowledge. This is about using our brains. I mean, that's the predominant energy with any air sign, is their mental capacity. They're wanting us to learn and to communicate and to express and to verbalize and to write. I mean, different forms, to teach, to be fair, to be just. It's usually professions that are all about the higher learning aspects, like whether it be, doctors or scientists or professionals. You get the point. People that can be a very assistance to us, and also there's this straightforward message. It's very clear. It's not showing the sword, but you generally, the air signs, they cut out extra riffraff or energy that's not at all, working or making any sense. It's just straightforward. Sometimes to a point where we've been told of being, a bit detached from our emotions, and it's true in the sense that we know when to be emotional and when not to. I would say there's a compartmentalizing of that. Excuse me, I've had this happening for a while, but I apologize. It might be allergies. And it's just a thing where you're getting information. The page is the youthful energy. It's the beginning of something. It's the beginning of a message. They're always messengers when it's the court cards. Something's coming in and has come in, so this is more recent, so you already know what it is maybe. And with these eclipses, it's all about that. It's messages, it's very quick changes, that bring in things, take things out. The eclipses are phenomenal and known for that. It can also last the endurance of the energy, which is months, like I said, till the next series in September. So perhaps you're knowing what this is, or you have an idea, and you want to express that. You're working on your own expression and to be able to communicate that. I feel as a water sign, you are extremely capable of understanding and feeling people's moods and and basically reading their minds. You're clairvoyant, you're very psychic and all that. But when it comes to actual expression, sometimes it's not so much. Maybe you're taking a course in it. Also has to do with children. Maybe you're finding out information about a child that you want to adopt, or you're wanting to get a furry adopted, animal again. It's very much a time of that. With Pisces in the helm once again, the love and the nurturing is vast. And maybe it's just time, with this transformation that's happening for so many of us. And what a big one that is, right? You could be planning and preparing, talking about going in the depths like you do. You're like the detective. We always talk about that, going deep down and just studying to figure out, well, wait, no, what about this? And, and what schools and all the variables there. It could be the child in you that you're feeling you're having more fun again with planetary motions moving forward and being able to get out and maybe do things, because there was a stuckness or, the finances weren't there or what have you. I love it. So let's go on with the story here. The present, that was the recent past. The present is the Queen of Wands. Whoo, that's the fire. It's the fire in you. It's the fire in the Aries season that we're feeling right now. And the building of Mars going from Cancer into Leo on the 7th, 18th, I guess it is. Wow. Talk about energetic. I mean, just from pretty much wanting to go to sleep at like 5:30 before the time change, right? And then spring, which was just a godsend. And I'm actually going to have a week in our area where it's not going to have any rain. It's all beautiful. It's all blessed. And this is Wands. So the Queen and the King represent the more mature aspect of ourselves. We've reached certain heights that we had to wait upon and put the time and effort into. Queens being more internalistic about things and more intuitive, that portion of us, because we all have masculine, feminine energies within us. But the Queen of Wands, when they want something, it happens. Like, it's just that simple. And it doesn't mean they're all selfish. It's like, it's got to be, they can wait, but they're great manifestors and they also want to help others generally. So there could be somebody that is, if not yourself, and you have placements in fire, other than being ruled by Mars, there's somebody who wants to help you. It's a maternal kind of feel to it. Maybe you are a mother, like I said, and you're helping your child and you're homeschooling. I don't know. There's too many variables, but I like to put out a few examples. It feels good. It feels strong. It feels powerful. It feels action-oriented. And then the future, your future message. 3 of Cups, baby. There you go. There's your water. There's your enjoyment. There's your gratification. There's your celebratory. Let's go have some fun, man. I don't think I've had fun in a while now. Or if I have, I'm not remembering it. So let's go and make some more memories. 3 is great. Once again, this is about growth. This is about friends. This is about working together. Now, I know you can do a lot of things on your own. I'm very aware of that. But I think you're changing your mind a bit. There's a softening with Mars, being with, well, for heaven's sakes, Neptune, the imaginative planet, the god of the underworld, right? That's been in Pisces for 14 years. It just went into Aries. So there's that fiery aspect again. That's usually, this is what's going to be. And I'm confident, I'm proud. I'm the first sign of the zodiac. I brought in spring. I'm a cardinal. I'm a doer, shaker, mover. But I've got the softening happening with this Piscean energy that's going to be there for the next 18 months. And that's in a lot of signs still. And it's kind of beautiful, and it's imaginative and it's creative. And you want to do things in ways you may not have before. You want to express yourself in ways you haven't. You want to be maybe more romantic. I didn't know you could be, but hey, that's what it's saying. I'm just reading the cards, okay? So I love that as the first run through. Let's do the clarification. So the Page of Swords, you have the 6 of Wands. Wow. Oh my gosh, whatever this idea was that you were thinking of and you've been working and you've been studying, because you don't mess around. When you get something and want something, you too will persevere like none other until it happens. And you're patient enough. Give you kudos for that. Lacking in that a lot of times. This is recognition. Making all the baskets. B-ball. Yeah, it's beautiful. You're getting accolades. You're in the limelight. That may be unusual, but it's showing you being more social now. It's showing you being more verbal and speaking out. So even if it's just for a few of you, it's very, very, it's repeating itself. So it might be the time. And that's what's happening with these huge transformations of the planet. And I love it. I think we all need that, but it just takes time and the energy to work with us, and then our devout, dedication. Absolutely beautiful. Keep up the good work, because clearly it's being noticed. And then the Queen of Wands, the fire, the passion, I'm going to make this, I'm going to manifest exactly what I want. Here's a candle. I'll light a candle if I need to. And you have Justice. Wow. Now this isn't, this is a major arcana, okay? And I know, because I'm a Libra, there are the scales, and they have not been so equal. And I have felt bad about it. And I was surprising myself, like, Marianne, you can't have everything. You can't always win. You can't always, but it seems so personal, And that's all part of the planetary aspect too. And I said, okay, you need more sleep, number one, because those eclipses will zap you of that, that's for sure. But more importantly, there's this divine, beautiful intervention and energy happening at all time. And you can kid yourself and say, but I'm the one making it happen. And you absolutely are. You are extremely instrumental in everything that happens. But at the same time, there are times when you can release and surrender, and it absolutely will still happen. And justice is being served. And whatever wasn't going well, it's time, okay? It could be having to do with court. That also would represent the Page of Swords, if it were in that category, because there's so many different types. I told you the higher aspects of, institutions, doctors, lawyers, judges. It's working out in your favor, okay? We'll leave it simple and sweet. And you wanted that. You brought that forth. You trusted. You manifested this. And, when you're waiting and you're patient, and your time will come. And it is, and it has. So then the celebratory aspect, of like, oh my gosh, it's here. I'm going to take advantage of every moment, right? And your clarification on that is the 8 of Pentacles. 8 is such a beautiful number in numerology, I should say. And it is, look at these. There's these, what are they called? These beautiful, oh my goodness. Forgive me. The Mercury retrograde is really, really taking its toll. But, these wonderful, in Egypt, they have all the pyramids. The power of the pyramid, the triad, the most potent point, right? There's the 3 again, and the universe works in 3s, and it's there. You put so much work in, and now you truly, truly are reaping the benefits. You're seeing the results. You deserve every bit of this and more, and you can always ask for that as well, and know you will receive it, and you're celebrating it, because it's time. Like I said, I can't say that enough. This has not come out in any other reading. None of these cards in this order. The Queen of Wands has definitely come out. And definitely the 3 of Cups. But not these other 4 cards, because it's very individual for you. Beautiful, beautiful Scorpios. So in finishing, I do want to read your oracle message. And that is going to be this beautiful deck, which is called the Starseed deck. And it's really a word and a sentence. That'll have some very important aspect of April for you, okay? And maybe even onward. But I love and appreciate you being here. If you did feel a resonance, if you like my energy, if you understand and trust and feel warm and fuzzy, which is all I want for you, in addition to just lifting you up, supporting you through everything you're doing, just like and subscribe. It will help me immensely with my channel. And it won't otherwise. And I appreciate every one of you, and I'm seeing it happening, and my heart is full. It's extremely filled with gratitude. Your last message, the 7-star sisters. Whoo, wow. Well, there's 7. Did that come up here? It did not. But 7 is definitely an angelic number, and it says, birthing creations, tapestry of life, and expression. That goes back to the birthing and the child, or the, the actual adoption, not to be missed. Look at this beautiful illustration. When you look up at the stars, and the moon right now, by the way, is such a beautiful crescent moon. And Venus has now changed its position from the night star to the morning star, one of the first things you see in the morning, and it's vibrant and brilliant, and it's all about our love. And it's all about you right now, Scorpio. So take it in. Enjoy April, okay? There's lots to be said. It's one of the most active and beautiful months, I promise. And I thank you again for your time. Take good care. Come back in May. Bye for now.